The Stanley 66, a beading plane, shares the same blades as the number 72 chamfer plane. It's also shared with the number 69. The number 69 is kind of a freehand, more looking like a box scraper than anything else. Very rare, hard to come by. Quite often you'll find it'll cost up around $600 in only the realm of collectors. It had a flaw where the handles would break around the ferrule, and it's now very hard to come across. However, the 66 is quite prevalent. The 66, shaped kind of like spokeshave, came with a straight fence option and also a curved fence option. Curved fence is not easy to find, but the curved fence enabled you to run a bead around an internal curve, a convex curve, along the side of your work. Quite often that wasn't used and it was left in drawers, etc., and lost, and therefore hard to find today. The early models came in Japan black, the type 1s. Then they moved to the nickel plate. You'll find the early nickel plate ones will have patent date 9th February 1886 on them. At a later point, that patent date dropped away, and this example, hard to make out, but there is a faint stamp of 232 in the top right corner. What that actually means, I have no idea. I have not been able to find that out. As far as finding typing information on the 66, not easily done. With regard to the blades, it generally came with 7 or 8 blades. In this case, I have 8 blades available as the standard. It also came with a router blade. The router blade, once again, hard to find. In 1909, they started to include a blank so that you could cut your own profile. An interesting design feature, and quite handy, is that the fence had a V, and the V was there for a very special reason. It enabled you to slide the fence across without interfering with the scratch plate, giving you the ability to move your position right over to the edge and only use part of the scratch plate. So for example, we have a cove scratch plate on this item, and if I loosen the fence off, I can move that fence across without adjusting the plate, and I could do a half round on the edge of the table. No other adjustment is required, and as you can see from the side, there is plenty of space there between where I would have the blade normally and where that V goes down to. These planes have been going up in price over recent years. They're likely to keep going up. They're a handy little item. They are usable without the fence, freehand. The fence is removed by just removing the thumb screw, being careful not to lose the washer. Take the fence away, and then you've got the ability to run freehand like you would with any spoke shave over your work anywhere on the top. The design of the plane itself has the angle of the plate positioned so that you pull it towards you and it scratches. It's not meant to be pushed away with the plate digging in, and quite often you'll find that plates will have a broken end on one end, and that is because people push them and it would dig into the timber and snap off. They're designed to be pulled with the plate leaning towards you at the top, and away from you at the bottom. So it runs across the work in that direction, scratching into the timber the shape of the plate. You can get replacement new manufactured plates for these. Quite often they are a little bit thicker and they don't have the flex that these have, the original ones, that enable them to be effective scratch plates. When you sharpen them, they are a 90-degree sharpen. You are sharpening them perpendicular. They are, for all intents and purposes, a scratch plate and should be sharpened the same way. The idea is that you slowly scratch the shape into the timber, slowly dropping the plate down section by section as you go, until you get the depth that you're after. They're not designed to start at the deepest point straight away. That is the number 66. Plenty of them about. You can still find some at a reasonable price. The hard part is to find all your scratch plates and the curved fence along with the router piece. Good luck hunting.